So you will go to your king and what? Implore him to curb his violent impulses? At the word of a heroic academic?
You don't usually grace me with your flattery, priest. What merits this attention?
All Rawatai's history is war, same as everyone. If only the world were led by soft-hearted giants who waste their muscles stroking their own quills. Oh, wouldn't that be grand?
I'm content to remain a burr in your boots. But here, if you but stand on the docks, you can single-handedly ensure no one ever sails to the Deerwood again.
Oh, Durance, ruffling everyone's feathers. It's what he does. Even with that feather in his cap. Hey folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And last we left off, we need to go to Ondra's gift and find the person that has the plans for the Forge Knights. To get to Ondra's gift, we can go through any of the exits because we have unlocked access to that place by trying to travel there from First Fires. So, we'll just rush over here, go to this way out, and from here, somehow get to Ondra's gift. It will take me 24 minutes to complete my journey, and we can get some sea air. For here is where a lot of the... Oh yeah, you can tell this is a dock. Look at the fog. So, we have Abandoned House, Colfig's House, Abandoned House, Ramshackle House, the Valian Trading Company, the Salty Mast, and the Lighthouse. Let's start looking at these houses, shall we? Hello, you. We can check this without any repercussions. So let's... We have found beer! And we've also found you. Okay, we can go into here, so let's go into here. One of these buildings has the person we're looking for. And it's not this one. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go, but first we're gonna check this out. A dozen tiny somethings squirm within the pot of rice. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Sorry to interrupt you. Now, the next place we can go to... With its crooked and missing shingles, the roof resembles a prize fighter's gap-toothed smile. Fair enough. What about over here? And this is when this abandoned house has a super secret boss in it. Strange things have happened. Ooh. This place is very quiet. What's in here? The answer is... Ooh, there's something here we can take. Okay, we can't take that. There's something here. Money and a potion. Let's open up this. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this is just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. This is who we want to find. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city? They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns to see you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Leave her alone. She raises a flail and rushes you. You've made a mistake.
Hey.
You've made a huge mistake because we are going to have Addy with you. Antidote companion, mercenary, right. Let's stay here.
I'm here.
Have you... You can't take a shot right now. Have you here. Have you here. Have you here. Okay, you're gonna start casting some spells.
I'm here.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Door's wide open. You go there.
What?
You go there.
Your thoughts must flow
I need
deeply
you to
indeed.
do this.
How may I help?
You start blasting here.
Following your lead.
Shoot the antelope. There we go. So you want to do
Yes.
that. I need you to do this. Now, oh, you're nearly gone.
Your thoughts must flow deeply
I want you to
indeed.
do this so we can deal with you. Right Hollow Courtyard pool construction has been completed. Maybe inform me a little later. We're a bit busy right now. We are, in fact, very busy right now. Okay.
Yes.
Could start blasting more spells. I don't think we
Following
need
your
to
lead.
blast more spells. I think we're good. Okay, that hurt a little, but we can take care of you quite capably.
I'm here.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face in a moment. There we go. Okay, a little bit of
Yes.
fire there. However,
Yes.
you're getting close to being able to summon some distraction worms. You're not going to fight. I
No.
imagine you're quite badly injured. Okay, we need you to knock this mercenary down. There are some buff spells being cast. However,
Following your
it's
lead.
time. Distraction worms! Fantastic. To here. To there. Fantastic. You can knock them down again.
Yes.
You can just keep blasting here. And that's another person down. That door being in the way is a bit of a problem. It's a huge problem. Oh, you're knocked out. That's why I can't target you. And in a moment,
Yes.
you're going to be no more. Kapow! And now it's your turn. So
Yes.
we'll just do that and that.
Following your lead.
This. That. And there we go. Are you okay? Vianna's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid, hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my, friend from the Republics. It looks like I walked into a trap. She shakes her head. The dozens must have been watching me for a while. I've been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy and ozia back in the Valian Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances, but instead of going to Brackenbrae Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Wheel. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. She shrugs. Of course, I've had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian or my colleagues know what I'm working on. About this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cliver's permission. He commissioned it after all. And you can see what trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Let's get out of here. She gnaws on a split lip. Commander Cliver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I've kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dodwin's corpse. She took it from me when I arrived. She takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. I imagine we could mess that up and she could perish.
Yes.
But that didn't happen. Okay, we have a fine flail. We have Aru Brecker there. This robust brigandine has been repeatedly reinforced by the Adirian adventurer who once owned it. Thickly padded, the armor was dubbed Aru Brecker, Arrow Breaker. It served the adventurer well until her fame and fortune made her grow complacent, and she allowed an opponent to get too close. While Arrowbreaker protected her from projectiles, it didn't provide the same protection against a mace to the side of the head. That's a lot of deflection that provides. We also have here some research. These pages contain Vianna's research on Engwithan techniques for imbuing matter with essence. she appears to have developed a method based on her studies of animants. On the first page is a note to someone named Dunstan. There we are. We have acquired the stuff.
I'm here.
There's one more thing we can loot here. A little bit more money. And we'll also take this hammer and chisel. You never know when that might be useful. Oh, there's also a thing here. The rope coiled around my chair feels painfully scratchy. Oh. The water in the pail is murky with blood. Oh.
Not a sound.
Is there anything else in here? You never know. There might be something else. Probably isn't, though. A little bit of a walkabout. Yeah, this looks to be a Dozen's hideout. So, we're not releasing you. We are, however, going to get... there's a lot of things we could make. Got the hedge maze, got the woodland trail, the botanical garden, the training grounds, the forum. You know what? Let's get the forum. +4 prestige, always nice. Does mean that we're more likely to get the attention of ne'er-do-wells, but might as well make the place look as good as we can. As functional as it can be, as well. Okay, there's Heritage Hall. We don't want to go there right now. There's not much reason for us to be here aside...
How about that?
Hello! Ooh, that's a nice thing. There's not much reason for us to be here aside from that. That said, there is a quest we want to do, which is not missing sentries. Not any of that either. Far from home, that's it. We need to go to the Salty Mast in Ondra's Gift.
I'm here.
Do that in a moment. Right now, we're going to make our way back to the Crucible Knights and see if we can get another task from them. We want to get a positive reputation so that we can help Adir with his quest. Can't do that unless we ingratiate ourselves with the people of Defiance Bay. And besides, it doesn't take that long to travel from place to place. It doesn't take that long at all. Right, let's speed up. We haven't been assailed at night, which is surprising. You'd expect at least one instance of us being waylaid by some thugs. Thugs that really don't know better. We're a huge party of people, and we have a bear. Okay, so this needs to be brought back to Dunstan, I think. Right, we will ignore you. And we need to go that way. Oh no, we can go this way and then this way. There's no one here. There's that, but that would count as stealing. And there is Dunstan.
I'm here.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
The dwarf bustles between a sweltering forge fire and a work table. He wipes one muscle-knotted arm across his brow. I think this is what you've been looking for.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not, and I've made clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this. It's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's given me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better anywhere in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He takes a polished breastplate and goes to work.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
We will now show him the pieces of the blade of the Endless Path. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you could repair it? Dunstan gives a low whistle. That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Looks endearing. Special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. He hands the shards back to you. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt too. Be a shame to graft anything else onto it. And besides, it'll balance best with all the original pieces. You find the rest of it, and I'll forge it for you. Something else in your mind? What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about the Knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to Deerwood's heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dunwood Row, who really knows about any of that, though? The grieving mother's expression as she looks at Dunstan is somewhat between amusement and pity. Both live in a past of their own imagining. What purpose does it serve when so much depends on action now? Show me what you have for sale. Ooh, you have some good stuff here, like the White Spire. An Estoc. The White Spire was found among the possessions of a member of the Order of Bleak Walkers, though it seems to have predated her. The spiraling engravings upon the blade are flanked by small, finely etched symbols of binding and enchantment, which might be credited with the permanent chill of the metal and a thin dusting of frost upon the Estoc's hilt. That is a nice weapon. Blizzard 3 times arrest. Also, fine equipment everywhere, including a Heldrick's coat. And some exceptional plate armor. Ooh. An anomaly among Red Sarens, Heldrick was a renowned explorer. If there was a stretch of land that could be trod upon, he endeavoured to reach it. He became enamoured with the harsh beauty of the white that wends after an early expedition, and resolved to travel there as often as he was able. Accustomed to more temperate climes, he pooled the coin he gathered selling exotic artifacts to commission armour which might protect him against the bitter cold of the southern reaches. There's some very nice things there, including DR against freeze. What the well holds added. His quest expires in 2 days. Oh? A few miles north of the Kindle Vale sits a tiny village called Whitereath. So small that it's often missed on maps and tax records, the village has little contact with the rest of Deerwood. Despite its tiny size, the village has a long history, dating back to its use as a Glanfathan tribal camp for over 3 centuries ago. One of the most prominent features of the community is a deep well, the top of which is made from Engwithan Ardra, though not of any religious significance to the Glanfathans. All who see it agree that the well is truly ancient. In recent years, locals have reported strange sounds from within the well. Some describe it as animal sounds, others as odd speaking in a foreign tongue. No one has dared venture down into the well, but villagers are becoming nervous about drawing water from it. Though the community has modest resources at their disposal, they have reached out to nearby lords for assistance. Well, as luck would have it, Spunty can deal with that. Spunty absolutely can deal with that. How's our reputation doing, by the way? Ally! Ooh! We gained some positive rep for finishing this quest. Also, you're wearing some fine plate mail. Do I want to upgrade to exceptional plate mail? It is 4,000.
I'm here.
You know what I should do? I should sell you some of the weapons I've got. Yeah, I should sell you some of the weapons I've got. Like that. Just get rid of all of these. Oh, no, not that. Not that. That can go back. Get rid of that as well. What about armor? Yep. Sell, 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 sell. 1,630 there. I really should just get that exceptional plate mail. I really should. It'll be really good for my tank. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Exceptional plate armor. Bye. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Okay, so let's put this on you. Ooh, it does look fancy. It looks very fancy indeed. Put that back. We can put this here. We have a Ring of Unshackling that I didn't equip on anyone. Suppress Affliction. Hostile effects suspended. Ooh. That's not bad. Give you that, I guess. We also have this club that we got. Once owned by the Glanfathan Barbarian Badrin Calder, his club has ended the life of many an opponent. Badrin was known to rush headlong into every battle, swinging the club over his head, shouting Dial Endibita, vengeance just and merciless. Even in victory, Badrin was relentless, using the club to dispatch wounded or captive foes where they lay. In time, his battle cry came to be associated with the weapon itself, remembered long after his death. Wow, look at that extra damage against prone and flanked enemies. That gets to go in Moustache for now. An exceptional Morning Star. Is that better than what we're using here? Interrupt, damage. Yeah. That is interesting. That comparison. Well, what we will do is for now, we will quickly go and report in to Cleaver. Cleaver has another quest for us. Cleaver has another quest. And it's probably got something to do with the Forge Knights.
Yes?
How may I be of assistance? Was there more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more.
But
I've made a copy of Vianna's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Vianna's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
yet is the key word. Not much the dozens do recognize, other than things to make them feel threatened. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Domenals, he snorts. They're trying to expand the family business. They resent us for standing in the way. I need someone I can trust, and you've proven your integrity both in my service and in Defiance Bay. Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Turn to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Who wants to bet that something's gonna go wrong, folks?
I'd be glad to.
Who wants to bet that something's gonna go wrong? Chances are pretty high. And then we'll have to decide, do we encourage the Crucible Knights to press forward with making Forge Knights? Or do we tell them not to, and stick with the more traditional ways? That was what Dunstan was hinting at, but he wants the Crucible Knights to harken back to how they once were. But that'll be for next time. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.